Princess Tahylor actually has 7 names, but you can just call her Tahylor. She's our panelist from the United States. She collects coins and enjoys Ed Sheeran very much. She enjoys gardening and concerts with live performances. She attends Sacred Heart on the outskirts of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and she is able to lead awareness on the struggle women and girls face on the road to equality. She's a part of many organizations that focus on the human rights of girls and women, including Camp Sojourner, Girls Inc., and Girls Justice League. She believes that every girl should have the choice in everything that they do, and together we can change the world. So everyone, welcome Tina.
I'm enraged at this flaw in our society to recognize part of its people as in poverty, of mind, spirit, and sexuality, and the way that gender can influence the principle of this ignorant technicality. What's our value and worth when we earn less than what we know is more than meaningless work? It starts with we against the ill wishes and dispositions of he who thinks less of our fists and getting down to business, no more please, and thank yous for what should already be ours. Breaking free from this sexist cell, I'll bring a chainsaw to these bars. Rising up is our protocol, entitled to equality by federal and moral law. I dare you to count us out, because we'll manipulate your very doubt to surpassing your fictitious jurisdiction while you're stuck in the cloud. We've created loud and vicious from our voices made from our choices. With such progress together, we shall add even more logic for them to digest. Now I stand here and ask you together, what's next? I trust us, and between just us, enough is enough. Give society back its cuffs. So I'm Taylor, and thank you, Naisha, for introducing me wherever you are. Okay. So I'm going to be addressing these issues from the Beijing platform, Education and Training of Women, Women in Health, and the Girl Child. In the Philadelphia School District, it was taken over by the School Reform of Commission since 2001. Since then, there has been detrimental budget cuts, so big that my mom came in and she was like, the news is addressing this problem, the mayor is making statements and whatnot. I'm like, Mom, it's on Google. Like, Google knows it, so it's so big. And thanks to Google, we have these stats. Philadelphia educates 10% of Pennsylvania students, but has endured more than 25% of the budget cuts. In 2013 alone, 24 schools closed down due to inadequate funding. Also in 2013, the SRC laid off 3,800 school employees, including 127 assistant principals, 676 teachers, and all 283 counselors. SRC cut all clubs, sports, and music programs in the 2013-2014 school year. Also cut money for books and supplies. Prior to 2013 layoffs, the budget cuts made it so that there were 101 fewer school nurses and only 42 certified librarians for 249 schools. So, guys, it's really big. The budget cuts impacts both boys and girls, but there are special impacts on girls. Safety and sexual harassments left by the aftermath of the budget cuts with fewer counselors and adult presence. Girls are experiencing more harassment and feeling less safe in school. With no nurses on staff or sporadically here and there, girls have no access to sexual education, especially since as girls we face menstrual cycles. We don't have access to some of the things that we need, and this affects girls younger and younger each year. There's plenty of ways to live life in Philly, but I see a huge majority of girls thinking that it's okay to get pregnant and quit school and that be the end for their life. This is not the right way to go, and I'm definitely going to change this if it's the last thing I do. I'd like to read some statistics. 63% of Philadelphia high school students have had sexual intercourse, one of the highest rates among cities in the United States. The emphasis of the severity of girls' need for access to sexual health information. However, the lack of this support can be seen in the fact that Philadelphia 10 to 14-year-olds are 4.3 times as likely to have chlamydia as American teens overall. Also, 10 to 14-year-olds are 4 times as likely to have gonorrhea than the national rate of American teens. Nearly 1/3 of teen girls who have dropped out of high school, early pregnancy or parenthood. Philadelphia has a 90% dropout rate. Girl dropout rate in Philadelphia is 25%. And young women of color having the highest dropout rate, with 50% of Native American female students, 40% of African American female students, and 40% of Hispanic females failing to graduate high school. Outside of school, on the street, sexual harassment is even more evident. I don't know what the Beijing platform is hoping to change by now, but this is what the girls experience on the street of Philadelphia. We have to leave the house mentally prepared to face challenges by the male presence. If there's a group of boys standing on the corner and we have to pass that corner, we will cross the street so we do not have to face what's standing there. We prepare ourselves with mace and other protection, which is a really sad mindset to have at such a young age. I was taught to always leave watching your back. And now that I'm thinking about it and reflecting on society, I'm like, is this really what I have to do to be safe in my own community? The last thing I want to talk about is not only the girl child, but the girl child of color. Schools that are policed by security guards often make the environment uncomfortable for girls of color who are perceived as a potential problem. I'm a girl of color, a powerful, empowered girl of color. Do not perceive me as a problem just because of my race. For girls of color who try to take advanced classes are treated with disbelief that they belong there. I have a friend, she is a smarticle, she's really smart, you guys. And she goes to her school counselor with her roster with questions. Her school counselor looks in her face and says, "Are you sure you belong here? Not belong here, but are you sure that you are part of this class?" She looks at him like, "Are you sure, do you need oxygen to breathe?" Yes, I'm sure. I'm very sure. The fact that this exists is an example of discrimination and challenges girls of color face. Reactions like that limit the academic potential of girls of color in reaching their full potential. Goals for the next 20 years for the Commission on the Status of Women: funding for education, resources and support that girls need, including nurses, counselors, decent class sizes, and extracurriculars. Special strategies, recognizing that all girls are different but equal. There's intersectionality of oppression of girls of color and special insights that they can bring. Also, lastly, if we include boys in this process, they need to be treated like the girls in this process. I recently experienced some events where boys' opinions are cited in a way that's awe-inspiring. They are asked to even speak up more. They've been saying what we've been saying all along, but yet they get special claps. They are still addressing the dynamic that we are trying to eradicate in the name of equality. This needs to stop right now. So again, I say now, and I stand here and ask you together what's next, because I trust us, and between just us, enough is enough, and I'm gonna need you guys to give society back its cuffs. Thank you.